It's strange. When you fall to the very bottom, you don't feel rage. You feel emptiness. You're too exhausted to fight, too drained to hate. You just whisper to the dark, "Please let today be less painful than yesterday." Each morning was a calculation of death. Could I survive another 24 hours? Or was today a good day to simply stop existing? I used to be a surgeon. In the halls of the university hospital, they whispered that I had God's hands. Hands that held the line between life and death. Now, those hands are stained with filth, clutching a blood-soaked rag in a back alley clinic. It all traces back to 3 years ago, the Kangsung Group's medical disaster. They needed a scapegoat, and they chose me. Soo-hyun. They stripped me of my license. They scrubbed my name from every record. They left me with nothing but the ghosts of the lives I couldn't save. The place where I'm breathing right now isn't a hospital. It's an illegal clinic. A place where loan sharks drag in men who've been shot or stabbed. If I can save them, I do. If they die, that's not my responsibility. That night was no different. The rain was especially violent. Two men in black suits threw a man down like a sack of trash and said, "Save him. If he dies, we'll harvest your organs instead." The man had been shot in the chest. One bullet. A precise hit dangerously close to fatal. He'd already lost a lot of blood. His pulse was irregular. On a rusted metal table that barely deserved to be called an operating table. He was almost dead. Without thinking, I grabbed his wrist. He's alive. For now, as I wiped the blood from his face, my gaze stopped. The cuff of his sleeve. A glint of metal. A cufflink. Kangsung Group, the symbol of the family that had destroyed my life, was attached to this man's body. I laughed. Even in a situation like this, the world still had the nerve to crack a joke. He was my enemy, a man from the family that took everything from me. If I put the scalpel down right now, no one would blame me, not even the loan sharks. And yet, strangely, my hand wouldn't move. Damn it. I muttered a curse and began the surgery. The anesthetic was nowhere near enough. There were no blood packs at all. The moment I checked his blood type, my breath caught. Rh negative, a rare blood type. In a place like this, it was practically a death sentence. I hesitated, just for a moment. Then I drove a needle into my own arm. As my blood flowed through the tube and into his body, a strange emotion surged inside me. It felt like salvation, and like revenge, my blood mixing into the veins of Kangsung Group's heir. If this wasn't a cruel joke from God, then what was? The bullet had grazed the aorta right next to his heart. A few millimeters closer, and he would have died instantly. Whether it was luck or someone had deliberately missed, the bullet had pierced his lung and lodged itself in a rib. My hands were shaking. I knew it was madness. Performing a surgery like this under flickering lights, with rain pouring through the ceiling. No proper equipment, no proper illumination. But I couldn't stop. Please don't die here. If you die by my hands, I really will become a murderer. His heart rate dropped to a critical level. I worked faster, removed the bullet, sutured the torn lung tissue. Sweat stung my eyes, but I didn't dare wipe it away. One stitch at a time. I felt it then, the sensation returning to my hands. The hands of a surgeon. The hands I'd lost 3 years ago. The surgery lasted 6 hours. When I finished the final suture, I collapsed onto the floor. The dizziness hit hard. I'd taken too much blood from myself. But he lived. He was breathing. Then, very faintly, the man opened his eyes.
Who are you?
His voice was hoarse. His unfocused eyes fixed on me, filled with wariness and killing intent. For someone who just came back from the dead, you talk too much, I said. Go back to sleep. I used way too much of my blood to save you.
Why?
He asked quietly. Why what? I replied.
Why did you save me? You had no reason to.
It was a strange question. He hadn't even told me who he was. So how did he know I had no reason to save him? Because I'm a doctor, I said, that's my job. It was a lie. The truth was, I didn't know the real reason myself. I just couldn't let him die, even if he belonged to the family that had ruined my life. Taeyu said nothing more. He only stared at me for a long moment, then closed his eyes again. That was how I met Kang Taeyu for the first time. The loan sharks didn't take the man with them. Instead, they gave me a strange order. Take care of him until he's fully recovered. If he dies, you're finished. That was how Taeyu ended up recovering in my cramped, filthy one-room studio. For the first 2 days, he barely spoke. His fever rose and fell, and every time it spiked, I broke into cold sweat checking his pulse, injecting antibiotics. My place wasn't even 10 square meters. One narrow bed, a worn-out desk, and mold crawling up the walls. Absolutely not somewhere a man from Kangsong Group should ever stay. But he didn't complain. It's going to hurt. Endure it, I said. I'm fine, he replied. His body was a map of wounds. Not just the gunshot old knife scars, burns, blunt force bruises. This man looked like he'd spent his whole life in a war zone. What is all this? I asked. What do you even do? Curious? He asked back. No, not really. It was a lie. I was curious. Who he was. Why he'd been shot. Why he'd been thrown into a place like this. But I didn't ask, because I didn't want to know. If I knew, everything would get more complicated. On the third day, Taeyu finally managed to sit up. Watching his profile as he stared out the window, I saw his face clearly for the first time. A sharp jawline, dark brows, eyes that looked like they were always thinking about something far away. A face that fit the air of Kangsong Group, born with the kind of nobility you can't fake.
How long have you lived here?
He asked. About 2 years, I answered.
Why?
Because I have nowhere else to go, I said, the bitterness leaking out. People like you wouldn't understand. Once you fall to the bottom, there isn't even a way to crawl back up.
Lee Soo-hyun.
He said my name. I jolted and looked at him. How do you know my name? I asked.
It was on your doctor's coat.
He said. Lee Soo-hyun, top of your class at Seoul National University Medical School. First year thoracic surgery resident. I hated myself for still not being able to throw that old coat away. It's useless now, I said quietly. I just couldn't bring myself to toss it.
Why was your license suspended?
He asked. What does that have to do with you? I snapped.
Sorry,
He said.
I crossed the line.
He didn't ask again, but his eyes changed. The suspicion in them began to fade slowly, replaced by something else I couldn't name. On the fourth day, I came back from my night shift with cup ramen and triangle kimbap from the convenience store. When I opened the door, Taeyu was sitting on the bed, reading my old medical textbook. You're hungry, right? I said. Eat this, at least. While I poured hot water into the ramen and waited, he kept reading.
So you were thoracic surgery?
He said. Yeah, I replied. Heart surgery was my dream, since I was a kid.
And now?
He asked. Dreams are a luxury, I said, forcing a smile. Now I'm just trying to survive one day at a time. Taeyu took the ramen from my hands, and he ate it slowly, carefully, like it was the first meal he'd ever tasted. Not expensive porridge from a department store food hall, just 901 convenience store ramen. The sight of it felt unreal. It's bad, right? I asked. He shook his head.
No. It's good.
Don't lie, I said. Someone like you doesn't eat this kind of thing and call it good. He looked straight at me.
It's good because you gave it to me.
He said. Something strange stabbed at my chest. I was thrown off, confused, because I didn't understand why he was saying that, or why he was looking at me with eyes that serious. That night, Taeyu noticed the scar on my wrist.
What is this?
He asked, gently taking my wrist. I tried to pull away. It's nothing. He caught my hand again, faster this time.
It's a knife scar.
He said.
Who did this to you?
The loan sharks, I admitted. When I couldn't pay, his voice dropped.
How much did you borrow?
30 million won, I said carefully. Now it's over 80, with interest.
Why did you borrow money?
He asked. I didn't want to answer. But his gaze was too steady, too serious, and I couldn't bring myself to refuse. To live, I said. When my license got suspended and I lost my job, I needed money just to eat. And? He pressed immediately. My father's hospital bills, I said. He was in terminal cancer. But because of Kangsong Group, I was treated like a criminal, and my father got kicked out of the hospital too. So I had to find another place for him, and…
Your father?
Father? He asked. He died, I said, a year ago. In the end, he never even got proper treatment. Taeyu's hand trembled. He tightened his grip around my wrist. It hurt too tight, but I didn't pull away.
Who did that?
He asked, anger threading his voice.
Who made you like this?
Your family, I said. Kangsong Group. His face hardened. 3 years ago, there was a major surgical accident at a medical center owned by Kangsong Group, I continued. A patient died during surgery, but it wasn't my fault. It was equipment failure. I swallowed. But Kangsong Group pinned everything on me, because that was easier. Sacrificing one resident doctor was cheaper than protecting the company image.
So that's why your license was suspended.
He said, voice low. Not suspended, I corrected, hollow. Revoked? Permanently. I can never be a doctor again. Silence fell. Taeyu didn't say anything, but that night his eyes held something deeper than anger. Grief. Day 5. Taeyu was almost recovered now. The fever was gone, the wound was closing. Before we fell asleep, he spoke in a low voice.
Soo-hyun,
Yes,
thank you
he said.
for saving me.
I'm a doctor, I answered automatically.
No,
He said.
You had no reason to save me.
but you did.
For the first time, softness seeped into his voice.
I'll repay you,
He said.
no matter what.
How? I scoffed. You're not exactly in a position to talk big. You're being hunted too, aren't you?
That's your mistake.
He said. What?
Me being hunted.
He replied.
I'm not the one being hunted.
His eyes lifted to mine.
I'm the one doing the hunting.
I didn't understand what he meant, but that night I felt it. The way Taeyu looked at me had changed. There was no more suspicion, no more killing intent. Instead, something hot obsessive had taken its place. The 6th morning, I got up at 5 and left for my convenience store shift. Taeyu was still asleep, wrapped in the old blanket, his face strangely peaceful. Sleep well, I whispered, and quietly closed the door behind me. 6 hours later, when I returned, the room was empty. The blanket he'd used was folded neatly. The ointment tube I'd applied to his wound, the antibiotic syringes, everything was cleaned up, organized. And on the bed, there was a single note. Thank you, T. Just 5 characters. I let out a dry laugh and sank to the floor. Of course, I knew it. My chest felt hollow. It didn't make sense. It was only 5 days, so why did I feel so empty? Why did it feel like I'd been abandoned? That was when it happened. The door flew open, and the loan shark stormed in. You little bastard! President Park shouted. Where is that man? I don't know, I answered. A slap cracked across my face. My ears rang. You think you can play with me? He roared. Do you know who he is? He's Kangsong Group's chairman's son. I know you hit him. I know everything. I really don't know, I choked out. I woke up and he was gone. You piece of... President Park had lost his mind. He hit me again and again. I heard the sound of a rib breaking. I couldn't breathe. Ah, so this is it. I'm gonna die. And strangely, I wasn't scared. I felt calm. Then, the clinic's old steel door crumpled like paper and flew inward. I opened my eyes. Dozens of men in black suits poured in. And at the center, a man stood there. Hair slicked back perfectly. A flawless 3-piece suit. A presence so cold and overpowering it made everyone shrink. It was Kang Taeyu, but not the wounded man I knew. This was the true owner of Kangsong Group. His voice was ice.
Who told you could lay a hand on my doctor?
President Park dropped to his knees. Chairman, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know.
You didn't know?
Taeyu repeated. He walked forward slowly. Then he looked down at me, bloodied, barely conscious. His expression twisted. Anger and pain.
Break all his fingers
Taeyu said coldly.
and pay him back exactly what Soo-hyun suffered.
Chairman, please, spare me. Taeyu didn't even blink.
I'm giving you 5 minutes.
He said.
Finish it in 5.
Taeyu lifted me into his arms. What surrounded me wasn't the cheap ointment I'd used on him, but expensive cologne. The scent of money. The scent of power. Who are you? I whispered. Taeyu's voice softened just for me.
I'm sorry, Soo-hyun. I'm too late.
Why did you leave without a word?
I didn't leave.
He said.
I went to prepare.
His gaze locked on mine. To prepare to protect you. My vision blurred. All I could hear was Taeyu's heartbeat. Steady, strong, alive. The heart I saved. After that night, everything changed. The loan sharks who tormented me vanished overnight. The hospital director who framed me. The factions inside Kangsong Group who opposed him. They were all erased. And I was locked inside the most glamorous prison of my life. When I opened my eyes, I was lying in the most luxurious penthouse in Korea. The ceiling was so high it made me feel dizzy. The bed was beyond king-sized. It was almost as big as a room, and the sheets were pure silk. As I tried to move, a sharp pain shot through my ribs. Ugh,
You're awake.
Taeyu said. Taeyu was sitting in a chair next to the bed, dressed in a perfect suit. He looked so different from the man I knew that I couldn't be sure it was really him.
Don't move. You have 3 broken ribs and internal bleeding.
he said. How many days has it been? I asked.
3 days.
You had surgery.
It was the best surgical team, so don't worry.
Taeyu replied. I slowly looked around. Medical equipment, IV drips, monitors. This wasn't a hospital room, it was someone's home. Where am I? I asked.
My house. More accurately, your house from now on, Taeyu said.
What do you mean by that?
You need to stay somewhere safe. It's not just President Park.
Other organizations have taken over your debt,
And many people want to use you.
Taeyu explained. So you're locking me up here? I said.
I'm not locking you up. I'm protecting you.
Can't you tell the difference?
His voice was cold and businesslike. The tenderness he showed back at the cheap studio was nowhere to be found. I have to go. I have my things. When I said, he was gently pressing my shoulder and said,
I brought everything. Your clothes, your books, even that tattered doctor's gown.
Why are you doing this? You don't owe me anything. I panted.
I don't owe you anything.
Taeyu asked back. Taeju's expression changed for the first time. Something hidden behind that icy mask flickered for a brief moment.
You saved my life with your own blood. If that's not a debt, then what is?
I only did it because I'm a doctor, I said.
A doctor? You didn't even have a license anymore, and yet you saved me, even though you knew I was a man from the Kangsung group.
He said. I had no words because he was right, and that made it even harder to breathe.
1 week. Just stay here until you recover,
After that, I'll let you do whatever you want.
Taeyu said.
Do you mean it?
I promise.
But I couldn't bring myself to trust his eyes. It felt like he was hiding something. A few days passed. Taeyu checked on me every morning, but he never came closer than necessary.
Did you eat breakfast?
He was asking while standing at the door. Yes, I replied shortly.
Your medicine?
I took it, I said.
Good. Tell me if you need anything.
And then he would leave. It was the same pattern every day. A cold, businesslike checkup. And distance. On the 7th day, it rained. I was standing by the window, watching the raindrops.
What are you doing?
Before I knew it, Taeyu was standing behind me and asked, Just watching the rain, I said.
Do you like it? The rain?
He was looking at me. No, I hate it. It rained that day, too.
What day?
He asked. The day my father passed away. The day I was kicked out of the hospital, I said. Silence fell. Taeyu slowly approached. For the first time, he came close.
I'm sorry.
I was surprised when he said it. For what?
For everything you went through because of the Kangsung group. I didn't do it personally, but it was my family's doing.
Taeyu said. I'm not here to get an apology. I turned around.
I know, but I felt like I had to say it.
He said. The look in his eyes changed. The cold mask was slowly peeling away. Why are you being like this?
Like what?
At my place. You were different. You were warm. You seemed human. Now, you're like a wall, I said.
That's the real me. What you saw at your place was me at my weakest. Shot. Dying. Unable to do anything without your help.
He said. What's so bad about that? I couldn't understand.
Weakness is dangerous, especially in my position.
He said. I understood then. Why this man built walls. Why he kept his distance. I have no intention of using your weakness against you, I said. He slowly looking at me and replied, Then why? Why are you keeping such a distance? I asked him.
Because I'm scared.
After a long silence, he said, Of what? I asked.
That I won't want to let you go. No, I think I'm already there.
As soon as he replied, my heart dropped.
I promised. But I don't want to send you away. That's what scares me.
Why?
I don't know. Just. It feels like I won't be able to breathe without you. Maybe it's because your blood is flowing through my veins.
That's medically impossible.
I know. It's unscientific. But that's how I feel. Since the day you saved me.
The air between us changed. It was no longer cold.
Sorry. I didn't mean to burden you. I just wanted to be honest.
Taeyu?
Yes?
I don't really know either. My own feelings, I said.
That's okay. We can take our time to find out.
The next morning, Taeyu brought some documents.
Could you
Take a look at this.
What is this?
A proposal. Regarding the restoration of your medical license.
He said. I couldn't believe my eyes. Restoration of Lee Soo-hyun's medical license approved. Full reinvestigation of medical malpractice records. Restoration of honor and compensation for damages. Is this for real? I told him.
It's real. The Kangsung Group legal team worked day and night for 3 weeks. We reinvestigated your case and found the real culprit.
He replied. The real culprit? I was shocked.
The former director of Kangsung Medical Center. The bastard who hid the equipment defects. He's already been arrested.
He simply explained. 3 years. The stigma that haunted me for 3 years was finally gone. Tears welled up. Thank you, truly. But there was another piece of paper behind the documents. This is a contract? I asked.
Yes. It's a proposal.
He replied. My breath caught as I read through it. Exclusive medical consultant for Kangsung Group. Annual salary 1 billion won. Workplace Kangsung Group HQ and Chairman's private medical suite. Responsibility personal health management of Chairman Kang Taeyu. But there were smaller notes at the bottom. Contract term 2 years renewable. Working hours 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. External clinical activities permitted. Place of residence at your discretion. What does this mean? I asked.
It's true that I want to keep you close, but I don't want to lock you in a cage. So I came up with this. A way for you to be free, and for me
To stay by your side, Taeyu said.
If I'm an exclusive consultant, does that mean I only treat you?
As a medical consultant, you'll oversee health checkups for employees and advise on medical policies. But yes, your main role is as my personal physician, Taeyu said.
Why? Me? There are plenty of better doctors. Looking him straight in the eye.
You saved me in that hellish environment, even giving me your own blood. Need a doctor like that. I need you.
He said. My heart pounded.
You can refuse. Your license is already restored. I can write you a recommendation for any hospital you want.
He said. Then what about us?
Us?
If I refuse, will I never see you again?
I don't know. I think I'd keep finding excuses to go see you.
I looked at the papers again. 2 years. Renewable. Freedom of residence. Give me some time to think.
Of course. Take all the time you need.
I spent 3 days agonized by the choice. During those 3 days, he never once rushed me. He simply asked me the same thing every morning at the door.
Did you sleep well?
Yes.
Breakfast is ready. Take your time.
And then he would leave. But on the 3rd night, something was different. A storm was raging, just like that night the night I first met him. I couldn't sleep. I walked out into the living room. He was sitting on the sofa, his tie loosened, holding a glass of wine. Aren't you sleeping?
Soo-hyun. Why are you awake?
The thunder. I couldn't sleep because of the sound.
I see. Would you like to sit? Can I get you a glass of wine?
Yes, please. We sat side by side, looking out the window. It was a night of lightning and pouring rain. Are you afraid of thunder too?
I'm not afraid, but I can't sleep. It reminds me of that day.
The day you were shot?
Yes. More specifically, the day you saved me.
A silence fell between us. It was a comfortable one.
You know, Soo-hyun, I've never relied on anyone in my entire life. I've been alone since I was a child. My family. They were only interested in power struggle.
That must have been hard for you.
I thought that was just how life was. But after spending 5 days in your small room, I learned for the first time what it means to lean on someone.
He looked at me.
You didn't want anything from me. You just saved me. You gave me porridge from a convenience store, covered me with a tattered blanket, and disinfected my wounds without asking for anything in return.
That's only natural, isn't it?
Not in my world. Everyone wants something. Money, power, connections. But you wanted nothing.
I looked back at him. It was a first for me, too. Caring for someone. Without any conditions. Not just as a doctor, but as one human being to another. While I was cleaning your wounds, I thought to myself, this man is human after all. Whether he's from the Kangsung Group or not, he bleeds and hurts just like everyone else.
Is that why you saved me?
Yes. And it felt strange. When I listened to your heartbeat, I felt happy, knowing that you were alive, that your heart was beating. It felt good.
Shall I let you hear it again? My heartbeat.
I took his hand. Then I placed mine over his heart. It's fast.
It's because you're touching it.
That's so unscientific.
It's the truth, though.
We stayed like that for a long time, holding hands, listening to his heart. I'll sign the contract.
Really?
Yes, for 2 years. After that, I'll decide then.
2 years is enough. Enough time to make you fall for me.
Who? Who said I'd fall for you?
So you're saying, not yet, then?
I don't know, honestly.
That's okay. Let's get to know each other. Properly this time.
And so my new life began. An entire floor of the penthouse was turned into my medical suite, filled with cutting-edge equipment and medical books. But as promised, he didn't keep me trapped.
What are your plans for today?
I'm going to the library to read some recent journals.
Shall we go together?
Aren't you busy?
I can just cancel a meeting.
No, you can't do that.
I'm joking. I'll pick you up this evening. Should I call a driver for you?
It's fine. I'll just take the subway.
The subway?
Yes. Why?
No. It's nothing. Just be careful.
He was still overprotective, but he didn't force me to stop. That was what had changed. A month later, I began outpatient consultations at the university hospital. Twice a week in thoracic surgery. My hands trembled when I saw my first patient. Hello, I am Dr. Lee Soo-hyun. Oh, doctor, I've heard rumors. They say you're very talented. The consultation room I had returned to after 3 years. I felt like I was going to cry. That evening, he came all the way to the hospital.
How was your first day?
It was great. Truly, it felt like a dream.
I'm glad. Seeing that look on your face.
What look?
The look of someone who is truly alive. When I first saw you, your eyes looked dead.
My chest tightened with warmth. I realized once again how closely this man had been watching me. By the second month, we had grown closer. Checking his health every morning became my routine. Your heart rate is normal.
It's only normal because you're here.
There you go with those unscientific words again.
Then shall we test it? Compare my heart rate when you're here versus when you're not.
You're being childish.
Childish, but true.
But I knew it too. My own heart beat faster whenever I was with him. One weekend I was cooking.
What are you making?
Soybean paste stew. I don't know if it'll suit your taste.
Will you teach me?
Cooking?
Yes. I've never cooked in my life.
He stood behind me. He took my hand, and together we sliced the vegetables. You do it like this.
I see.
Keep going. I could hardly breathe. His warmth, his voice, his breath, everything was so close.
Soo-hyun,
Yes?
find it hard to hold back.
Hold back what?
How much I want to kiss you.
I felt as if my heart was going to explode. Then do it.
Really?
Really? His lips touched mine. A soft, careful, trembling kiss. It felt as if the world had stopped.
I love you, Soo-hyun.
The first time I heard those words, but I wasn't surprised. I think I already knew. I love you too.
What? I didn't hear you.
I love you too.
Tell me one more time.
I love you, Kang Taeyu. So much. Taeyu and Soo-hyun's story doesn't end here. Side stories that follow their lives beyond this point will soon be released in a space where you can read them and listen to them as well. Please look forward to what's coming next. Don't forget to subscribe. New stories will be uploaded soon. I will be back with even more compelling and unforgettable stories.